All great singers are really great communicators. And to me, a great singer is also someone who sounds like no one else. Tanya has both of those qualities. She can take a lyric and make you believe every word of it as though it's her biography. And she sounds like no one else.
Tanya was the closest thing we've had to a female Elvis. That sexuality, you know, guys were walking out there on stage, you know, and doing the sexy moves and doing this, that, and the other. And Tanya really kind of broke precedent when she walked out there and started doing the very same thing.
The Tuckers hoped that by moving from Los Angeles to Nashville, Tanya was coming from Sin City to good old Homestead. And what they didn't realize, because they didn't run in those crowds, was that Nashville could hold its own as Sin City any day of the week.
Tanya Tucker isn't just another name in country music. She's a force of nature who transformed the genre with her powerful voice and unforgettable stage presence. Emerging as a teenage sensation with hits like Delta Dawn and What's Your Mama's Name, Tanya quickly carved out a space for herself in country music's heart. Her distinct blend of classic country roots and a style that was all her own made her one of the genre's most influential artists, earning her countless awards and legions of loyal fans. Yet behind the glamour and success lies a more intricate story, one marked by personal battles, sacrifices, and a journey that goes beyond music. While Tanya's career was reaching new heights, her personal life became a complex landscape of triumphs and challenges. Fame came with a price, and as she navigated the roller coaster of success, her family, especially her daughter, Gracie Tucker, felt the impact. Now, at 35, Gracie has chosen to share her perspective on what it was like growing up as the daughter of an iconic figure constantly in the public eye. With honesty and vulnerability, she opens up about the realities of her childhood, revealing the struggles, sacrifices, and hidden truths that shaped their unique bond. What did it mean to grow up with a mother whose life was an open book? And how did Gracie forge her own path amid the fame and scrutiny surrounding Tanya? Together, Tanya and Gracie's story is one of resilience, love, and an unbreakable mother-daughter connection, forged through both joy and hardship. As we delve into the legacy of Tanya Tucker, we'll uncover the stories behind the headlines, exploring how her journey as an artist and mother has left an enduring mark on both her family and the world of country music. Born on October 10, 1958, in the small town of Seminole, Texas, Tanya Tucker seemed destined for country music greatness. Raised in a family where country music was woven into everyday life, she was surrounded by the sounds of legends.
Be with her family. On the other hand, she was wild. She would climb the highest oil rigging and hang from the top of it and scare her parents to death. She would take chances. She absolutely is a person of contrast and extremes.
Even as a child, Tanya had a unique spark. Her voice carried an unexpected power, rawness, and emotion that captivated anyone who heard her sing. By the time she was 13, she recorded her first hit single, Delta Dawn, a song that would launch her into stardom and solidify her as one of country music's most promising young voices. Delta Dawn was more than just a hit. It was a phenomenon. It soared up the country charts, and suddenly, a teenage Tanya Tucker became the face of country music. With a voice full of grit and vulnerability, she quickly connected with audiences. People were drawn not only to her talent, but also to her ability to convey the struggles, heartbreak, and strength that resonated deeply with listeners of all ages. Tanya didn't stop with one hit. Through the late 1970s and 1980s, she released a string of songs that cemented her status as a country music icon. Tracks like What's Your Mama's Name and Two Sparrows in a Hurricane showcased her gift for storytelling, while her vocal style, a unique blend of raw emotion and strength, set her apart in a genre dominated by male voices. As the awards piled up, including multiple CMA and Academy of Country Music Awards, Tanya's place in country music history was sealed. However, success didn't come without sacrifice. The pressures of fame and the relentless schedule of touring, recording, and public appearances began to take a toll. Behind her powerhouse performances, Tanya was grappling with the intense scrutiny that comes with stardom. Rumors about her relationships, struggles, and personal life became tabloid fodder, adding pressure and complicating her journey. Despite the highs of her career, Tanya's life was far from simple. She was a trailblazer in a demanding industry, navigating fame's complexities while trying to maintain some sense of normalcy. Her journey wasn't just about achieving success. It was about survival, resilience, and pushing forward even when the spotlight's glare was blinding. As we look deeper into Tanya's life, we'll see how her success impacted those closest to her, especially her daughter, Gracie. Tanya's climb to fame wasn't just her own. It set the stage for a mother-daughter relationship intertwined with love, sacrifice, and the high cost of celebrity.
Probably most any child growing up wants to make their parents proud, but especially with Tanya, there was that really bond between Bo and Tanya, and I think she always did it for Bo, and I think that motivated her through good and bad times.
Tanya Tucker's meteoric rise in country music came at a cost, one that often affected her closest relationships. As her fame grew, the demands of her career pulled her away from home, creating a gap between her life in the spotlight and her family. Balancing the relentless pace of the music industry with the responsibilities of motherhood was never easy, and the pressures only intensified as she navigated her role as a country music icon. Tanya's relationship with her parents, particularly her father, Bo Tucker, shaped much of her early life and career. Bo was a steady presence and a strong supporter, encouraging Tanya's musical ambitions from a young age. But as her success took off, the family dynamics shifted. Tanya found herself struggling to live up to expectations while wrestling with her identity beyond the stage. Her rise to fame added a layer of complexity to her family relationships, introducing tension and misunderstandings that would follow her for years. One of the most profound changes in Tanya's life came with the birth of her daughter, Gracie, in 1989. Tanya embraced motherhood wholeheartedly, but her career commitments often meant she was away from home for extended periods. Despite her deep love for her daughter, Tanya wrestled with the guilt of not being able to be there for Gracie as much as she wanted. The realities of being a touring artist frequently clashed with her desire to provide her daughter with a stable, grounded upbringing. Growing up in the shadow of Tanya's fame, Gracie faced unique challenges. The pressures of having a famous mother could be overwhelming, especially as Tanya's personal struggles became public knowledge. As a child, Gracie often felt the weight of living up to the Tucker legacy, working to find her own identity while being constantly compared to her mother. Meanwhile, Tanya's tumultuous love life and struggles with addiction only intensified the sense of instability that impacted Gracie's early years. Despite these challenges, Tanya remained fiercely committed to her family, pouring her heart into her music and drawing from her experiences as a mother. Yet, her high-profile romantic relationships created additional strain, as the ups and downs of her love life often left her children navigating an environment marked by uncertainty. The constant balancing act of fame, family, and personal life shaped Tanya's journey in ways that were both empowering and heartbreaking. Her story isn't just one of a music icon, but also of a mother doing her best amid the pressures of the public eye. As we delve further, we'll uncover how Tanya's career choices affected her role as a mother and the sacrifices she made along the way to keep her family close, even when fame demanded otherwise.
Well, I think dancing and country music just go hand in hand. I mean, or is it foot to foot? And it's a great way to raise money for a great cause like MS. And we hope that folks will come out and join the dance competition and dance for those that can't.
Tanya Tucker became a sensation in the country music world. The glamour of her success often masked the struggles she faced behind the scenes. Beneath the glitz of chart-topping hits and red carpet appearances lay a life filled with challenges, battles with addiction, strained relationships, and the unyielding pressure of fame. As Tanya's career reached new heights, the demands of her lifestyle began to take a toll. Touring, recording, and constantly staying in the public eye meant she was often far from home, and the fast-paced world of country music left little room for rest. The late nights and endless travel soon made it difficult for Tanya to maintain stable relationships, especially with her family. Gracie, watching her mother's chaotic life from the sidelines, felt the effects of her frequent absences and saw firsthand how fame was impacting Tanya's personal life. Tanya's struggle with addiction began to surface as she sought relief from the pressures that accompanied her success. The party culture within the country music industry made it easy to find temporary escape, And despite her success, Tanya often struggled with loneliness and stress. Over time, substance use became a way to cope with the demands of her career, leading her down a path that tested both her relationships and her resilience. These struggles found their way into Tanya's music, where she poured her heart into songs that reflected her pain and vulnerability. Hits like "If It Don't Come Easy" and "You Just Watch Me" hinted at her personal battles, resonating with fans who saw themselves in her raw, honest lyrics. But as her addiction worsened, the media began to focus more on her personal life than her musical achievements, casting a harsh spotlight on her private challenges. In moments of reflection, Tanya has spoken candidly about her addiction. "I was fighting a battle that no one could see," she admitted, describing the hidden turmoil beneath her public persona. Despite her efforts to seek help, the cycle of addiction continued, leading to several attempts at rehab and brief periods of sobriety. For Gracie, watching her mother's struggles was both heartbreaking and formative. She witnessed the duality of Tanya's life, a beloved icon to fans and a woman grappling with demons in private. Tanya's journey was a difficult reminder that fame often conceals deeper struggles, and it was a journey that affected her entire family.
Tanya Tucker.
I heard this loud, booming voice, and I asked Emily, his secretary, I said, "Who is that in there?" I said, "Gosh, what a voice." And they said, "Well, her name is Tanya Tucker. She's 13 years old." I said, "She can't be. She can't have a voice like that and be 13 years old."
Growing up as Tanya Tucker's daughter was a unique experience that came with its own set of challenges for Gracie Tucker. Born in 1989, Gracie was introduced to the spotlight from a young age, exposed not only to the glitz of her mother's fame, but also to the personal struggles that accompanied it. For Gracie, her mother's life wasn't just glamorous performances and hit songs. It was a world filled with both privilege and hardship. As a child, Gracie often felt torn between two worlds. Tanya's career kept her on the road, away from home for long stretches, and although Gracie loved her mother deeply, she craved stability. "I just wanted to be a normal kid," Gracie has admitted, reflecting on the tension between her mother's celebrity status and her desire for a regular family life. The constant absence made it difficult for Gracie to form a traditional bond with her mother, and she often had to contend with the reality that Tanya's career took priority. This sense of longing was only heightened by the instability that surrounded Tanya's life. As her mother faced addiction and tumultuous relationships, Gracie found herself affected by the emotional ups and downs that came with it. The cycles of rehab, brief recoveries, and relapses added a layer of unpredictability to her childhood, leaving Gracie feeling anxious and unsure of what each day would bring. "I never knew what to expect when she came home," she later reflected, capturing the uncertainty that marked much of her early years. Being the daughter of a famous figure also meant living in the shadow of public scrutiny. The media painted a sensationalized picture of Tanya's life, and Gracie struggled to reconcile this image with the real person she knew as her mother. The constant comparisons and expectations from others made it difficult for her to establish her own identity. For a young girl, the pressure of being Tanya Tucker's daughter was often overwhelming. As Gracie grew older, she found herself stepping into the role of caregiver, instinctively supporting her mother during tough times. Although she was just a child, she often felt responsible for Tanya's well-being, a burden that would impact her emotionally. Looking back, Gracie recognizes the challenges her mother faced, developing a deep empathy for Tanya's struggles. "I understand now that addiction is a disease," Gracie shared, reflecting on the understanding she gained as she matured. The unique dynamics of their relationship shaped Gracie's life, leaving her with a mix of strength and scars. Her journey was a delicate balancing act between love and resilience, with lessons that would ultimately define her own path forward. At 35, Gracie Tucker felt it was finally time to share her own story, a story shaped by both the highs and lows of being Tanya Tucker's daughter. In opening up, Gracie hoped to shed light on the realities of growing up with a famous mother whose battles with addiction and fame often overshadowed their personal relationship. Her revelations reveal not just the challenges, but also the resilience and love that marked their mother-daughter bond. Gracie speaks candidly about the emotional impact of watching her mother's struggles unfold. From an early age, she learned what it was like to live with uncertainty, witnessing her mother's battles with addiction, which brought both fear and sadness into her young life. "There were times when I was scared for her," Gracie shared, describing the helplessness she often felt as a child. While Tanya's unpredictable behavior made life difficult, Gracie was determined to support her mother in any way she could. Being so young, Gracie frequently found herself in a role far beyond her years. She often stepped into a caregiver position, trying to bring stability to their lives whenever Tanya's struggles intensified. "I felt like I had to be the adult sometimes," Gracie revealed, conveying the emotional toll of balancing her own needs with the responsibility she felt toward her mother. For her, childhood became a mix of love and resilience, a constant juggling act between caring for herself and for Tanya. Gracie also spoke about the stigma surrounding addiction, particularly in the public eye. Watching her mother face harsh criticism in the media made Gracie realize how little people understood about addiction's complexities. "People don't realize how hard it is," she said, highlighting how the misconceptions and judgment from the public only made their lives more challenging. This realization fueled Gracie's empathy, leading her to see addiction as a disease rather than a character flaw. Yet, in all her revelations, Gracie emphasizes the deep love she has for her mother. Despite the struggles, Tanya's strength and determination left a lasting impact on her. "My mom taught me resilience," Gracie noted, reflecting on the positive lessons she gained even through hardship. She fondly remembers times filled with laughter, music, and love, moments that balanced out the challenges they faced. Gracie's decision to share her story is a testament to the strength of their bond. Through her words, she hopes to bring understanding to those facing similar battles and to honor the complex yet enduring love that defines her relationship with Tanya. In the wake of her mother's struggles and her own revelations, Gracie Tucker has embarked on a profound journey of healing, working to understand her past and reshape her relationship with Tanya. Growing up with a mother as famous and complex as Tanya Tucker left an indelible mark on Gracie's life. Yet, through her experiences, she has learned invaluable lessons about love, resilience, and the importance of healing from within. For Gracie, healing has been anything but linear. She realized early on that coming to terms with her mother's battles and her own childhood meant confronting painful memories and learning to let go of resentment. "Healing doesn't happen overnight," she shared, reflecting on the years she spent processing her feelings. Therapy and self-care became important tools for her, providing her with a safe space to explore the lingering impact of her mother's lifestyle on her own mental health and well-being. This journey of self-discovery allowed Gracie to embrace both the joy and pain of her past, accepting each as a part of who she has become. A significant turning point in Gracie's healing journey was understanding the disease of addiction. In recent years, she's spoken openly about how recognizing addiction as a chronic illness rather than a personal failing helped her develop empathy for Tanya. "Addiction doesn't define a person," Gracie has emphasized, noting that seeing her mother's struggles from a different perspective has allowed her to foster a new kind of relationship with Tanya. Instead of focusing on past hurt, Gracie has chosen to build a future rooted in forgiveness and empathy. As she found her own voice, Gracie began sharing her story publicly, hoping it would help others facing similar struggles. "There's power in sharing our stories," she said, understanding that vulnerability can be a path to healing not only for herself, but also for others who feel alone in their experiences. By speaking openly about her life with Tanya, Gracie has become a quiet advocate for mental health and addiction awareness, determined to turn her pain into something meaningful. She hopes her story will help others find the courage to seek help and work through their own family struggles. Gracie's healing has also allowed her and Tanya to rebuild their relationship with a fresh understanding. In recent years, Tanya has expressed a deep desire to make amends, acknowledging the impact her choices had on her daughter. "I want to be there for you, Gracie," she has told her daughter, recognizing the healing power of honest conversations. For both mother and daughter, this newfound openness has laid the foundation for a relationship built on trust and mutual respect. Today, Tanya continues to share her music, embracing her journey with newfound resilience, while Gracie supports her as both a daughter and a friend. Together, they stand as a testament to the transformative power of love and the possibility of healing after hardship. Their story is a reminder that even in the darkest times, understanding and forgiveness can light the path forward, creating a legacy of resilience and hope. Tanya Tucker's journey through fame, music, and personal struggles tells a story far deeper than her legendary status in country music. Behind the public persona lies a woman who has faced immense challenges, balancing a high-profile career with the pressures of personal struggles and motherhood. Tanya's story is not only one of chart-topping success, but also of resilience, survival, and a relentless dedication to her family, especially her daughter, Gracie. Gracie's revelations and her courageous steps toward healing offer a powerful reminder that love endures, even when tested by hardship. Together, Tanya and Gracie's relationship reflects the complexities of family bonds, the strength needed to weather storms, the courage to seek understanding, and the empathy that can transform pain into growth. As they navigate a new chapter marked by mutual respect and open dialogue, they redefine what it means to heal together. Their story resonates as a tribute to the transformative power of forgiveness and the unbreakable connection between mother and daughter. Tanya's legacy goes beyond music, standing as a testament to the strength found in vulnerability and the hope found in love. Together, Tanya and Gracie's journey reminds us that true resilience lies not only in overcoming struggles, but also in finding light on the other side.